more personal thing. Like you were in Montana and at your dad's golf tournament and stuff, and obviously with this diagnosis and raise and awareness. What was that like to see all those people who your dad has had an impact on come back and see him?
It was awesome. It was awesome, man. It was a very much an emotional, powerful, humbling experience. My brother and I, when we started this foundation back in, what was that, late February, early March, and just the initial reaction that we got when we made the announcement what we're trying to do was amazing. But then to see it however many months later come to fruition as far as this golf tournament and the way it kind of worked out, the amount of people that showed up and just helpers and volunteers that we had, and it was overwhelming, to be honest, man. And it was so cool to hear, to your point, the stories and you know, my dad meant so much to so many people, and to try and, as my brother have tried to do, emulate that type of lifestyle and legacy it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I mean, I can always imagine, you know, there's people who say, oh, you know, you meant so much to so many people, but then to like see it exactly, to actually see it, it was very much like, wow, this is amazing. How long has he had the diagnosis for?
So we really confirmed in our minds what we thought was potentially going on.
Gotcha.
We got the actual diagnosis back in probably December of 22. And so my brother and I and my mom obviously was a big part of kind of helping make the decision, like, hey, what's the next step? What are we going to do? And we felt like, you know what, let's make a positive of this. This is obviously a tough situation to swallow, tough pill to swallow, but at the same time, what my dad would always want to do is make the positive of it. How do we flip this thing? How do we make sure that we make this thing, find the silver lining in this one way, shape, or form? And this foundation was something that we felt like, this is a great way for my dad's legacy to be continued, and not wait until it's all said and done, how many years later down the road. Let's jump on this thing to when my dad is still relatively, you know, cognizant of everything and very much himself. Let's take full advantage of that now,
so he can enjoy the impact.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Exactly.
I mean, how tough has it been for you and your family? I mean, you've mentioned how much he's meant to your life, and there might not be a worse disease out there.
Correct. And then that's the hard part, is this disease steals time. And that's been the toughest part for all of us from a family standpoint, family and friends, to take, is that, golly, it's just, as you get into conversations and you start to, it's just, they can't enjoy, my mom and dad aren't going to be able to enjoy the twilight years of life the way you would hope, you know, that my grandkid or their grandkids and all these things that potentially you would love for them to continuously enjoy, and because of this disease, potentially they won't be able to enjoy that to the extent that we all would hope. But that's why we wanted to do what we did, and to make sure that, hey, whatever we can do to make sure that these last however many years, however long, depending upon each individual is different, we're gonna try and enjoy it for them as best as we can. This isn't a death sentence. This is just a diagnosis. Here's how we're going to respond to that diagnosis and make sure that we try and make the most of it.
This program is all about trying to prepare not just football player, but men. Like, are you able to, in some ways, use that and kind of tell your players, like, dude, this is why you got to enjoy life. Like, this is why you've got to, you know, take every opportunity.
Oh, 100%. No, and that's, I think, being able to use life lessons in general when it comes to this coaching thing is huge. It's huge for players to see coaches in a different light.
It's humans.
Exactly. That's exactly it. As opposed to just the guy up there that can talk X's and O's, or here's how you cover the slot receiver, right? So I think the more that we can show these guys that we are, hey, this is life. Life throws you adversity. Here's how you respond.
On a more football note,
what's that?
Last question.
Okay. More football note. I was talking to some commit who was just here on an official visit. And he said, he's like, I walked through the building, and he's like, and it was crazy. He's like, the dude was Alexander Tubner. And I was like what? Like, some kid on their official visit, like, doesn't know any, you know, who's who or whatever, and just could tell like that. Like, Alex Tubner, that's the guy. What has he done to, you know, get him to that point? And how do you translate that to the field then, too?
Yeah. It's just how he presents himself and how he goes about his business every single day. He's the same person that I met on day one when I first was here till now.
Yeah.
And it's the way he's attacked things every single step along the way has not changed.
Yeah.
And regardless of as he started to see more and more success, his approach to things never changed.
Yeah.
It very easily could have been the opposite, where you start to see a little success, so you start to back off a little bit, like, oh, okay, I'm good, I figured it out. Tubes has been a guy that's consistently just felt like, no, I'm never satisfied. I want to just keep pushing and continuously improve upon my process in order to make things work for this entire team.
Yeah.
And has garnered that respect now from not
awesome.
only how he goes about his business, but now it has translated onto the field for him from special teams and when he did jump in those starting roles.
Yeah.
So in turn, I think that's where guys have just grown to just love and respect him, because they know exactly what they're going to get from Tubes every single day.
Yeah. Can I throw one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just give us a, Shea Oladipo, Rodney Robinson, Titus Tiller? I mean, these are guys that people are looking for. Can you kind of
100%
give a breakdown? Yeah.
Rodney's a guy that for us is full-time starter last year, started every game. We're looking for him to continuously improve upon not only how he goes about his business on the field, from a playmaking standpoint, but more importantly, from a leadership standpoint.
Yeah.
And just helping be that consistent leader for us every single day as well. Shea Oladipo has been a guy that has been very much a ball hawk, playmaker when he's had his opportunities. Now he's put himself in a position where he's going to have a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of him continuing to be that playmaker, doing his job first and foremost, and allowing the plays to come to him.
Yep.
And that in turn, he's going to help be a very much a dynamic player for us defensively.
Yeah.
Titus Toller provides a little bit of that, just the experience from a different level. That's come in here and really embraced everything about Boise State football.
Yeah.
And it's going to add depth and just experience for us, and some versatility as well.
Yeah. Awesome.